Season 2 of Going Dutch premieres again next week, Thursday, January 15th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox, available the next day on Hulu. And I do look forward to, on all the Fox football games, seeing the promos for Going Dutch. Those usually normally get thrown out there in front of the whole big spiel and the audience. It's certainly going to be watching Eagles and the Niners this weekend. Our radio audience has returned. ESPN Radio back on the air on our live simulcast on ESPN and Disney Plus and the ESPN app and ESPN Radio. We just talked Going Dutch, saw a clip. Dennis Leary back here on the program. I love when you come by here, man, because you're just such a friend of the program, and I truly mean that. We go way back to when we were just a podcast on NFL Network, and you sat down with us in New York talking to us.
Jesus, I don't even remember that. When was that?
It was like, what was that, 12 years ago, Chris?
Is it really?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this show's been on the air 11 years. So we go back like the old proverbial car seat, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, you were talking Rescue Me and everything going on.
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
man. Well, yeah, and probably.
Back in your day.
Damn.
For sure. One of your days. All right.
It's amazing that, we're very lucky that the two of us are still working.
We are still here.
At the age that we're at.
And you've got the flowing mane. I'm still quite bald.
Yeah.
Listen.
Well, you got some hair there.
You see, now you just went higher register.
I know I did.
You know what I mean?
I did.
And that's what we say here on this show. You got to go higher register to give someone a compliment you don't really mean.
I know. I do mean it, though. I'm trying to help you. Listen, you have some hair that,
that's hanging on by a thread.
You got hair on the face and you got hair on the back of the head.
I'm out of options.
How much hair do you want?
I'm out of options.
Okay. Basically what
I'm saying.
This is all genetic. This has nothing to do with me. And even like the going great thing, it's like, it's going to happen soon. There's some great coming in now. But it's all out of my control. What can I do?
Look at you. It is what it is, as the football coach would say.
What can
we
I
just
do?
had Ashton Kutcher here talking about his Bears. Are you nervous, excited about your
Here's the thing.
Where we stand here.
The Patriots. I don't know I love Vrabel. I think he's done an amazing job.
Yeah.
That quarterback, I never thought he'd grow that quickly.
Correct.
I never thought the team would be back this quickly.
Yes, sir.
But it's like they played a bunch of high school not even like top high school teams, like second-rate high school. It's not like their schedule was like, let's get a bunch of kids from Massachusetts who were 16 to play the Patriots. I mean, it's the softest schedule I've ever seen, so I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were exciting, they look good, but they haven't. So I don't know. But as a football fan,
yes,
I'm literally, as you were saying it earlier, I'm waking up tomorrow. The Bruins game is on at 10 in the morning. So I'm going to watch the Bruins game, and then I'm going to watch those two football games.
Yep.
I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to watch 3 football. It's an entire football weekend with a side order of hockey, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah.
I've got to actually I'm going back to New York next week to do some more press, and I'm doing some other ESPN shows.
Yes.
So I will. It is like research. I think I can write it off because I'm going to just be talking football with those guys.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited because I think it's such a toss-up. I mean, I don't expect anything out of the Patriots, so it's all gravy, right?
Yes.
I'm also, a Packers fan, as you know, and so I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's really anybody can win here.
That is correct. And it's the same thing with college football. It's wide open. Anybody can win it. It's
that game
like
last
a
night,
crazy level playing field for college and pro football.
Did you guys already talk about the game last night?
Go for it. What do you want to talk about?
How did you feel about that last play?
And
the no call after 17 million calls on every passing play in the fourth quarter.
It's crazy. It just drives me nuts that you hear from anybody that's ever officiated and then goes and becomes an analyst or a rules official or anyone in the league will tell you as well that doesn't matter the circumstances of the time on the clock. A foul's a foul, and you're going to get it called.
Okay.
I mean, just again, ask any Philadelphia Eagle fan that thought in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago that holding penalty should have just been a flag staying in someone's pocket.
By the way, listen, I'm a huge hockey fan. I'm all for, hey, it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's the final period or the last time. Let's let them play.
Yes.
I'm all for that. But that's not what they were doing in the fourth quarter. They were calling everything. Right. Even that little face mask thing, which I get.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, man, you have to call that. That was not a true Hail Mary play either, because that was just the two of them in that corner.
And it was a 30-something yarder, but it is still a prayer that you need to have answered. It's like roller derby. Anything goes in a Hail Mary situation.
By the way, I have no dog in that hunt. I didn't think, but as the game went on, I'm like, I really want Ole Miss to win this.
Why is that?
To give the finger to Lane Kiffin. Because that was the most bizarre, or as we say in Boston, bizarre circumstance you can ever imagine a team being in. And I know I'm all for the players making money, all that stuff. I think it's all great. They deserve all that. But that was the douchiest move I've ever seen in the history of sports for coaches.
To just leave on the outside.
Yeah, and then he sends out that tweet.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say what I would normally say, but you can imagine what I would.
There it is right there. Pass interference 100.
What I said to the TV when I saw this morning,
yes.
I think it was Get Up.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I can't say it here. But I was like,
it was some
I was
choice
giving,
words.
let me say I was pointing fingers at the television.
And there was a middle one.
Yeah. So
understood.
So anyways, that pissed me off. College football drives me crazy anyways. I don't support any particular team.
Right.
But the rules drive me nuts. The hash marks, the tiny ball, and like pass interference is not a spot call. Why? It's minor league football. It's AAA football, right? That's what it is, right? It's a feeding system to the NFL. You should be using the same ball, move the hash marks closer, and
2 feet in.
Yeah, all the rules should be exactly the same.
And that if your knee hits the ground, it doesn't blow the play completely dead.
Yeah,
you can move the chains without stopping the clock. I understand that.
Play pro ball.
Yeah, the stopping the clock to move the chains was when, the Herbert Hoover chain gang couldn't get down the field 10 yards.
Don't even get me started on this stuff. I mean, why are we not the immediate calls? Why are we taking, in every sport, why are we taking breaks to look at replays and blah, blah, blah? Like, listen, you have people, we know what the call is. Just, you should have a headpiece in the refs, whatever sport it is, in their ears, and they're told by the office in New York, Toronto, wherever you want the replay office to be, that's a foul. That's not a goal.
What if we put you in the replay office?
Dude, I would love it.
What would Denis Leary in the Art McNally Center in New York City
I don't think we're far off from me finally reaching my ultimate show business dream, which would be streaming. I'm calling a game. Let me say I'm with Snoop.
Okay.
Snoop's great at calling games. Me and Snoop, and it's streaming so we can curse and say whatever we want. And I think people will pay to watch him and I announce any sport.
Yeah.
Any sport with cursing and our own honest opinions about what's going on.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Didn't we already kind of have that with you and Lenny calling a Euclid moment?
In the Red Sox booth? That was the craziest thing. We were supposed to be in that booth for about a half an inning. We ended up being in there for it was like 40 minutes. That Euclid thing came out of nowhere. That still makes me laugh. It made me laugh that night.
We were talking, you just snorted.
Oh my God.
We were just talking about that before you arrived here. That was
if people don't know, I think it's on YouTube someplace. It's me and Lenny Clark. A great comedian and actor, and we were both on Rescue Me, and we were invited into the Red Sox booth. We threw out the first pitch. We double threw out the first pitch together, and we crisscrossed our pitches.
Like Ghostbuster streams?
Yeah. We threw from the mound, and we crisscrossed our pitches to two different catchers. It's amazing. Anyways, and we went to the park, and we went to the Boston Common and practiced it during the day before we got to Fenway.
Okay.
Yeah, so people thought we were crazy. Like, they're throwing pitches to two different catchers. Anyways, and then they invited us in the booth to talk about the show and my firefighters charity, Leary Firefighters Foundation. And the inning just took off, and the Euclid thing came up. It was right after Mel Gibson had been stopped on that DUI.
Yes.
And had insulted every Jew in the world, right? And so it just was so crazy. Anyways, it's on YouTube.
You got to check that out.
And the best thing, too, is Don and Remy were they couldn't even keep a straight face. They couldn't keep it together to call the game. They just let you guys go.
At one point, we were standing up talking, and they were seated. At one point, I was looking at Lenny as he was saying something, and I could see Don laughing in his seat here, and then we heard a poof, and we looked over, and Remy was on the floor laughing.
Orsillo and Remy on Nesson, man. That was
awesome.
Great.
Times, man.
Dennis Leary here on the Rich Eisen Show again. Going Dutch premieres next week, Thursday,
By the way,
January 15th,
Carson Beck, what is he, like 37?
He's close to it.
37 years old?
By the way, he was in the same recruiting class as 2 starting quarterbacks
I
in
know.
wild card weekend.
It's
C.J. Stroud
unbelievable.
and Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson too.
He's been in college for 15 years. He's going to be in college for another 5 years. It's unbelievable.
Why not? With what they're getting paid.
I mean, I love that they're getting paid and all that stuff, but it's really it's ridiculous. Like, he's 24 years old.
23. He turns 24 next November when he's probably going to start with some team in the NFL. Who knows?
No, and he's not. He's going to be playing. He'll be playing for Ole Miss next year for $17 million.
Or for Lane at LSU.
Yeah, he'll be coaching at LSU because Lane will have left after the first 2 games to go coach. Dude, that was so douchey. I mean, all of that was so douchey. The leaving and then the video of him at the airport. But the douchiest thing is don't send out that tweet. Leave the team alone.
Yeah.
Don't get involved.
He's supporting.
Nobody believes you.
He's pissed.
Nobody believes. Lane, stop.
Because if they'd scored a touchdown and won the game, he would have gotten $750,000, by the way, at the very least.
Great.
You're the perfect guy to ask this question to, not for you to help me with my parenting, but so my 14-year-old son Cooper shows me a video from one of the NHL games recently where the 2 players are squaring off to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he says to me, Dad, the referee is right there and he's letting them fight. Why do they let them fight in hockey? And I figured Dennis,
you've never played hockey, right?
I have never laced them up to play hockey.
So here's the problem.
Yes.
Is in that sport, because of the speed, you have a weapon in your hand because of the speed, right? And even for old guys like me, I still play. Like fights break out, in our, but it takes so long for all of us because we're so old to skate over to break the guys up that they have to actually. But by the time they've started, they're pulling muscles and everything because we're old. Anyways. The problem in hockey is even if you don't want full contact, it's going to end up full contact because people are on skates. They're moving at a fast speed. At the professional level, you've got your line is like 3 guys and your 2 defensemen when you're out there. If Wayne Gretzky is out there, right, and Wayne's basically, I think I weighed more than Wayne in his prime. At that time, he was built like me. He's he was a great player, but he couldn't take contact, right, and. If I know Wayne's on the line and I'm not going to have to fight somebody,
right?
I'll just take him out of the game. I'll swing a stick and break his ankle or hit him in the mouth, right? Just take him out of the game. It's a smart move.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do that if I have to fight Dave Semenko, who used to be or Marty McSorley. I'm just not going to do it, right?
Okay.
So, like Cam Neely, when you get guys like Cam Neely who could score 50 goals and beat the crap out of you, like those are few and far between, those type of players that are snipers and can kick your ass.
So this is why, because the enforcement to prevent you from taking out a star player is why the NHL lets you fight? You know what I mean? That's what my son is like. Why would
Because you can't trust the referees. They're not going to. If I knock Wayne Gretzky out of the game with a dirty hit, right, and nobody's going to fight me, I'll take the 5 minutes. I'll even leave the game and get kicked out because I'm just the guy that knocks people down, right? But I've taken out the guy that averages 2 goals a game, 3 points a game, whatever it is. So you have to have a system where I won't do it because if I knock Wayne down, Marty McSorley is going to literally take my head, put it up my own ass, and then kick me like a balloon into the crowd. So that's the deterrent. You know what I mean?
I'll stop.
So that's how it works.
Okay, I'm going to show this to my son.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
And by the way, you're talking to a guy that, first of all, I never won a fight in my life. You can't win a fight anyways at the level of hockey I play at because even if you win the fight, supposedly, you get hurt. But I must have been in 1,000 fights with my brother. We lived in the same bedroom the whole time we were growing up. He's way bigger than me. He was a football player.
Right.
And I lost 1,000. Let's say there was 1,000 fights. I lost 1,000 times. So, I don't want to fight anybody on the ice.
So your brother's undefeated and you're just defeated is what you're saying.
I always got him because he was bigger than me and he way better fighter. My brother was a great fighter, great street fighter too. I always got him because he's funny, but I'm quicker than him. Yeah. So he would win, and the fight would be over, and then I was way faster than him, and I would say the final funny thing and take off, and he couldn't catch me. So it was great. But even if I fought my brother today, I would still lose.
Did you said in the back that you had a great Gretzky story? What's your?
You were talking about people who don't know. The many times I've been here,
yes, sir.
I went to hang up my jacket that I wore here, And they would say, oh, yeah, just use this closet. I've been in that room a million times. I didn't know there was a closet. I opened a closet. It's all Rich's clothing that he wears on the show. But there's also some clothes that look like his wife told him to get rid of that are here, right? And there's like stacked framed sports things in there.
Yeah.
And so when he came in, I was like, are those stacked framed big items in the closet, things your wife wouldn't let you hang in the house? And he was like, yeah. So
pretty much.
Yeah.
On target.
So in my house, I have one sports thing that it's not even hanging up right now because my wife did my office over. I'm only allowed to put stuff in my office, right? So I have this great picture from the 2010, the second Winter Classic, NHL Winter Classic was at Fenway Park. And it was the Bruins versus the Flyers. But they also set up this a charity game that benefited the Bruins Foundation and my Leary Firefighters Foundation, celebrities and Bruins alumni mostly, right? So, which it was the day that we played that game was the day after the Winter Classic. There was 35,000 people at the charity game, and it was a blizzard. So, I mean, that's such a hockey town.
That is indeed,
right?
Yeah, sure.
35,000 people showed up, and it was a blizzard. So, but I was on a line with Cam Neely and Pat LaFontaine.
Oh, my. Wow.
So I have a shot that the Bruins photographer took it. It's me and Cam on the bench. It's my number's 3. It says Leary 3, and it says Neely 8. And we're talking about planning some stuff. And up on in between us is the Fenway Park sign above home plate. So I have the Bruins sent me a framed thing. So that's the only sports thing I was allowed to hang in the house because my wife knows Cam. We're all friendly, and our kids grew up together and all that stuff. But no other sports stuff is allowed in the house. No posters, no signposts, no pictures of me with Pat and blah, 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 and hockey, none of that stuff. So years ago, God, this was back in, I used to skate when he was with the Kings. He would skate in a pickup game, or this game that Jerry Bruckheimer has. It's Sunday and Monday nights, just pickup, and so Chelios and Gretzky and a few NHL guys would skate in that game in August to get back ready before camp. So he said, hey, when the season starts, if you're in town, you want to come down and skate and practice with the Kings? I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. So the night before I was months later in L.A., the night before we went to do it, I had a friend with me who's from Toronto, who's a great hockey player. And we were at Wayne's house having a couple of beers. And my friend said, I'd love to play tomorrow because Wayne invited me. He said, but I didn't bring my stuff. He's like, well, what size skate are you? Because I've got skates out in the garage, right? He's like, well, I'm whatever it was, 9.5. So he goes, come on, let's go out in the garage. So now we're in the house, by the way. The house is beautiful, but there's, not that I investigated the whole house, but there's no sports stuff hanging up. There's no Wayne Gretzky things in the house. It's just all nice artwork and stuff. And no trophies or anything. We got in the garage. It's like a 2-car garage, 3-car garage. And there's all these boxes and shelves. And he's opening boxes. And he's like, check that box. I opened the box. It's like the MVP trophy. I go, this is a trophy. He goes, oh yeah, that's the Hart trophy. Try that one. And I open that and I go, what is this? He goes, oh, that's another MVP trophy. Wait, hang on. I go, what? Why is this stuff out here? He goes, oh, she won't let me put that stuff in the house.
Wow.
That's Wayne Gretzky.
The great one.
And then he pulls out a pair of skates and gives it to my friend. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Meanwhile, above the mantle is this big Flamingo Kid movie poster.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's the way it goes, man. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Oh my gosh! Are you up for finishing the hour with us? You got to run out of here?
I don't know. What's my timing?
It's a people. Can we?
I know it's a full day.
We got to take off.
Yeah,
all right.
Do I have to leave now?
Yeah, sure.
All right, whatever.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, man, it was a blast. It's always a blast.
Leary,
I love this place.
Everybody, right back at you. Everybody, check out Going Dutch premieres next week, Thursday, January 15th. 9:30 on Fox, available the next day on Hulu. Denis Leary.
Guys, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.